Welcome back to another episode of TRX Moves of the Week. This week we're talking about what to do when you're limited on space, limited on time, but you want to make sure you feel like you got something done while you're traveling. So I got my suspension trainer hooked up. We're going to go through a couple exercises, just working on a little bit of mobility, a little bit of strength, and then a little bit of a challenge at the end. So I start off with my feet about shoulder width apart, and we're just going to do some lunges from side to side. Again, trying to keep my chest nice and tall. You start off nice and easy, see what your range of motion feels like, and then as you start to feel a little bit better, you can drop down into that Cossack stretch, really getting nice and deep. Again, trying to make sure your hips are sliding back, feeling that stretch on that inner thigh, on that straight leg. It's really important to think about trying to do the best you can to keep your feet on train tracks. If you have to turn them out a little bit, that's okay. But again, try to keep your toes pointed towards your anchor point. I'm gonna do a couple more because it feels good. Now that I'm done, I'm gonna walk into a nice easy angle. We're gonna do some high rows. Coming down with some low rows. The reason for this, I'm shooting for volume here. Typically I do a set of 20, so that's 10 and 10 of each of those exercises. That's gonna get my heart rate up, not because it's a super steep angle, but just because we're working on the volume. Now, after that, I'm gonna take my straps to mid-calf. Looks like we're right about there, based off the door. From here, hold those straps up like smelly socks. Dump those toes in. Turn around facing away. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come into a nice strong plank. Trying to make sure everything's set the way it should be. Shoulders out of my ears. Maybe add a couple crunches. Bringing my knees past my waist without rounding those shoulders. And again, I go for volume here. So I'm going for 10, 15, or 20, just based off how I feel. Resting as needed, but again, trying to get that volume in there. After I knock out 20 or so of those, I'm gonna go into a side plank. Keep those shoulder blades down out of your ears, making sure you're reaching up nice and tall, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of a pike and a rotation here. Coming up, dropping it back down. Now, again, that's 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 if you got it on one side. Then you're gonna take it over to the other side for 5, 10, same amount, whatever you did on one side, you wanna do the other. So after those crunches, we got some side planks. I'm gonna take my feet out, stand facing away. Now that those shoulders are burning, abs are on fire, legs are also feeling it, give myself a little bit of a stretch. So I'm here. One of my favorites to do here is while those straps are about mid-length, take my thumbs, turn them in. My chest comes up nice and tall. So as you can see, I get a nice pull on my shoulders, keeping my chest lifted and it's not too stressful there. Pushing down into the handles, maybe a couple more Snowangels. Now that I've taken about 60 seconds rest, I'm gonna go back to this, and I'm probably gonna do that circuit about 3 or 4 more times. As you can see, I've already got a little bit of sweat coming down, and this is just a demo. So give this a try next time you're in your hotel room for a little bit of a sweat sesh before you get out to enjoy your vacation, your work trip, whatever it is. And we look forward to seeing you next week for some more TRX Moves of the Week.